My name's Sean McCulloch, and I'm doing my switch over composting. Composting is a great way to make soil. You use organic materials, and they decompose and make soil. What I'm going to talk about is what to put your compost in, what you compost to make the soil, and how to maintain it, and what the benefits of it are. First, what you put your compost in is a compost bin. You can either buy them, make them, or just pile it up. Buying one, there are many different varieties of them that you can buy or make, or the cheap and easy way is just to pile it up. What's compostable are, you have two sides. You have a brown and green side, and the green materials are nitrogen-rich materials, such like grass clippings, and brown materials such as hay. Green waste are things like fruit and vegetable scraps, grass clippings, as I mentioned, coffee grounds, tea bags, as well as eggshells. Brown waste are things like dry leaves, hay, fireplace ash, and manure, and even paper is a good compost material. I'm going to demonstrate how you make a compost. You put your brown material in. Yes.
What exactly are you using? Like, what is the first one that you put in there?
I put in hay. That's a good brown.
Mm-hmm.
And this is grass. It's a good green base. And then also chicken coop bedding, which has wood chips and chicken manure, which is good compost material. And the way you do it is you put them all in wherever you're using it, and then you have to make sure you have adequate water. So you put some water so it's good and moist, so it's not doesn't dry out. And then you have to. It's really easy to maintain because you just have to make sure it's has water, then stir it up so it gets air, and because air helps with the composting process. And then nature does the rest. Yes.
How much water would you need? Like,
I mean, it depends. I mean, you just have to like wash it and make sure it doesn't get too dry.
so does it need to be like muddy wet, or does it need to be like damp or
Damp.
okay?
I mean, it's really easy to maintain. It's just you have to have adequate water. Yes.
So does like live grass, for instance, like would dead grass or live grass be better? Would live grass be better because it's more moist, or does it matter?
Yes. I mean, if it's dry, it'd probably be a brown. But if it's green, it would be if you just cut it, it would be a green, because it'd still have moisture content in from the growth of the grass.
Okay.
And then you have to make sure you have adequate water, and then nature will do the rest. Your final product is obviously soil. So you it's great for gardens, for your plants that you grow, and it's a lot better than what you would get from a store-bought bag of soil. And it's a lot better because it has a lot more nutrients in it than what other soil does, because it's organic, and it has the stuff from the plants and other compostable materials. And it probably takes about 2 to 4 months, 2 to 6 months for it to decompose, because different stuff takes longer time to decompose than others. Yes.
Can there be like too much water? So like if you're doing it outside, like in a rainy season, can it get rained out and can there be too much water involved?
I mean, it probably depends on like how much. I mean, and it depends on how good your drainage system is in your compost bin. Because if it gets too much water and it sets up, it'll probably get muddy and slow it down.
Yeah, because 2 to 6 months is a really wide area, so it really just has to do with how much moisture's in there, or
Yeah, and if you have like larger chunks of stuff that it would take longer to decompose versus if you had like grass clippings would be faster than a corn cob. So it just depends on what the material is that you're using determines how fast you're gonna have it. I mean, like I said, you have to have I mean, what you use determines what you put out, because if you have to have a good adequate balance of the brown versus the greens, because it helps with the decomposition process. If it's not right, you have to it'll either go too slow or it just won't balance out.
Okay, so you have browns and greens and everything. Do you have like a list, or do you know big no-nos as far as composting goes? Like, are there going to be things that ruin the compost if you put it in there?
Yeah, meats aren't good things to put in because it'll attract vermin like raccoons and dogs, and you don't want that because they'll get in there and you don't want that. And you have to have it at about 140 to 160 degrees Fahrenheit, because that kills all the bad bacteria, and then that's in the good range for the good bacteria, and you want the good bacteria. If it gets too hot, it'll kill off the good bacteria.
So outside would not be a good place to attempt to compost something.
Well, it is, but I mean, it kind of varies on where it is.
So how do you counteract like the hot summer in August? How are you going to counteract that? Make sure it stays below the temperature for the good bacteria. I mean, does water help with that, or?
Yeah, water will help with that because it'll keep it cool and aerate it. Because if you keep it aerated, then the bottom's not going to get super hot, and it's going to have adequate heat through the compost. Any more questions?
Nope.
Thank you.